Alright, hi guys, welcome back to Higurashi no Nakukoro ni. Last time we finally made some progress in the story and the story started moving forward. Um, Currently we are still on the attempt to save Satoko, but Keiichi um, went to the elders and he went to Oreo in particular and pleaded with her to help. And so now the entire village is on Team Satoko's side. But the problem being that Satoko is not on their side yet, which I feel like is the person that needs to be on their side the most. So hopefully Rika will go talk to her soon. Um, and hopefully we'll get some more Rika chapters. So like I said before, usually these books have about like 12 chapters in them and we're not even to the Watanagashi yet. So I'm thinking that this world that Rika's in right now is going to be the final one, and then it's just split into two. Like the first book is like correcting the things that are not her dying, and then the second book will be figuring out Takano's the killer and the whys and all that stuff. So let's do it. So they refused? Oh, right. Yeah. Yes. I got a call from the local government section. The child center has no intention to listening to us. They're still trying to do what they can, but we don't have much time. I even told them we have no time to spare. The mayor came to school before noon to explain to us what went down with the officials. We had all gathered in the teacher's office to meet with him. Wow. I don't know the head of the center personally, but he's a pretty tough guy to go against the will of Hinamizawa. He used to work for the prefecture, so he's not familiar with the town council here. He's not treating this like it's a big deal. He's kinda stupid. This isn't any ordinary village he's up against. This is Hinamizawa. What a sad guy. We'll just have to fight them. I spoke with the other council members and we agreed we can't stay quiet anymore. After all, we can't just nod our heads in defeat and back down after I put our name out there. Once again, I need to talk to Satoko. We'll be heading for the center after this ourselves. Okay, I'll get right on arranging the town council to send some people too. I'm about to go consult Oreo on how to handle this. This isn't like with the dam conflict, though. It's an ordinary Saturday. Isn't it going to be difficult to get people to go? Don't worry, Kay. This isn't a city. People are out there farming every day of the week. Whether it's Saturday, Tuesday, doesn't really matter to them. It won't be that difficult to find people who are willing to help. I see. I tend to think of adults as people who work at big companies, but this is Hinamizawa. I almost forgot that. The regular government offices usually close at noon on Saturdays, but the child center is open till 3. Can we all be there at 1? I can't promise you how many people I'll be able to bring along, though. It doesn't matter how many, as long as we got people. Thank you. I'm so glad that more adults are involved now. This is going to make a huge difference. The number of people we get will depend on what Oreo says. That's true. We'll see how serious she is about helping us based on how many people show up. The entire village. But once again, you still need Satoko's blessing. If the hag is as a good a moon as my mother says, then we might be able to get about 30 people. From both the staff and the youth group. I think that's a fair guess. 30 adults plus 10 children. Sounds better than yesterday. I'm coming too. I'll bring my megaphone. Yes! Your legendary megaphone. I thought it was broken. That's the one I used to have. The riot squad broke it. All the memories. I can feel the spirit of Onigafuchi making my blood boil. It seems we're going to be holding a festival on the day before Watanagashi too. To the consultation center. I They're still gonna tell us there's no evidence just because she hasn't admitted to it yet. Finally, somebody brings it up. That's pretty likely. How are things on your end, Rika? Were you able to persuade Satoko to seek help? I did my best. It's all up to her now. Well, why didn't we get to see that? I would have loved to see that. Why do we have to see the same thing over and over and over again, but the new things we don't get to see? I would have loved to see that scene. I wish Satoko would stop being so stubborn. Sis, there are both times one should and shouldn't be stubborn. I can understand how Satoko must feel. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it that way. She might not want any help from us. But we wouldn't be her real friends if we couldn't see how scared she is. I agree. It'd be easy if Satoko asked us for help. But it'll be too late if we wait until that to happen. If there's a child in the middle of a busy street, you pull her to the sidewalk before talking to her. Sometimes actions have to come before words. That's a good example. We have to pull her back to the sidewalk first. I heard what's going on. Now let's all get back to the classroom and start homeroom. Go and eat your lunches before you go to the child center, okay? It's not good to skip meals. I don't know why I have a thing against Chu-sensei. I really don't like her. At that point, everyone was thinking there wouldn't really be 30 adults there to support us. However, we were wrong. I had no idea how serious Hinamizawa could get. By the time I got there with my 10 classmates, the quiet atmosphere around the library had completely disappeared. Oh my goodness! Are all these people really from Hinamizawa? Not just Hinamizawa. I see people from Okonomiya too. You're right. Some of them are even here in their work uniforms. What an incredible sight! Looks like audio got really serious. Apparently. This really is like old times. How I miss the way I felt during the dam conflict. Okay, what's going on today? Hey, Kameda. Well, I just called on the whole village to come here. I thought you'd only be able to get kids. How'd you get all these adults here, too? You're making me weak in the knees, man. Whoa, there are so many working adults around. Little girls are mankind's greatest treasure. Of course this many comrades would gather here. Not only had many people showed up, but many different kinds of people as well. I wonder how many people there are. Oh, I think there's well over 100 so far. Is it bad that I kind of feel bad for the other children who are getting, ignored because of all this protesting they're doing? More people are still on their way! My bara! I'm sorry for being late. What an amazing crowd you've got together. So this is the power of Onigafuchi. I'd heard about this power before, but this is something else. This is reminding me more and more of the Dan conflict. But to get this many people to show up, Keiichi, you're amazing. You're the new face of Hinamizawa. Keiichi, there sure are a lot of them, eh? Himiyoshi, how many did you talk to? I'm not quite sure. We just used the phone list and asked people to gather for a meeting of the Onigafuji Guardians. Everyone left work and came right here. Hey, you there. This movement is an initiative of the town council, so don't use the banner with the name Onigafuji Guardians on it, okay? I see! Keiichi's father! Hello, Reina-chan. Keiichi, I'm here to support too. Your mom wanted to come, but she had to stay home and wait for a phone call. She says to do your best and keep at it. Why doesn't Keiichi's dad get a Sprite by now? I will, thank you. I've heard stories about this dam conflict, but this is impressive. You're representing all these people, right? Yeah. I was only representing 5 of us in the beginning. But it's grown so big now, I don't care if there are 100 or 1,000 people here. No matter what, I'll do everything I can to save my friend. He really would be a good politician. Ichi, this is it. Yep. Our force of arms is more than enough. Those losers are peeping at us through the curtains right now. They must be quaking in their boots. Sir, do you see all those people? What should we do? There's nothing to do, other than our jobs, of course. If they want to protest, let them. I need to leave for a business trip now, so you handle them. But the banner says we want to talk to the head of the office. See? The banner was the same one the Onigafuchi Guardians had used in the past. They brought along as many banners as they could reuse. This one said the head of the office, but originally it meant the head of the construction office. Of course, the head of the child center didn't know about that. You spoke with the 3 representatives the other day. According to people from the city hall, these Hinamizawans have a good memory. If they see you walking outside to the parking lot, they'll recognize your face. Sir, there are some other people protesting by the back door, too. What do you mean? Are they going to kidnap me or something? During the dam conflict, it wasn't uncommon for people to get injured. If you can postpone your business trip, I'd recommend you do so. I guess that'd be for the best. Not an emergency, so I'll stay here for today. In the next moment, the crackling noise of a speaker echoed outside. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? This is the Hinamizawa Town Council. We're sorry for causing trouble in our neighborhood. Testing, testing. They were adjusting the output of the speakers. A few trucks carrying those speakers were parked outside. The head of the center finally realized in that moment what it really meant to fight against the village of Hinamizawa. There are so many people out there. They might barge in at any minute. They come and decide they'll disturb our work. Don't let them in. It was half an hour past the appointed assembly time. The mayor told me that there were still a few more people on their way. Even more people are going to show up? Maina counted all the people here and found there were more than 150 of them. I really doubt we can get this many to come back by Monday afternoon. Hopefully we can finish this today. All right, Keiji. Let's begin. The mayor gave me the green light. He wanted us to chant our slogan in chorus before going inside. It really was like a protest. Me? Oh, do you think all of us can fit inside that tiny office? Do you think so? Of course we can't all fit. We'll split up into those who can go in and those spilling out. That's why we had everyone started chanting together before we go in. Sis, you can't break or kick anything today. Like I'd ever do something like that. Are they switched right now? You got me in so much trouble when you pretended to me doing all that. Hey, isn't that Oishi? I didn't expect to see him here. Of course, he's my Mahjong friend. Mahjong. He came here to support me even though he's not from Hinamizawa. Please have Aksaka here too. Mabara! Hello there! Oishi! You're here right on time! We're getting ready to go inside right now! Oishi was accompanied by a few of his own men. He brought along 4 police officers in uniform. Mabara, I need to have a little chat with you. Oh, hello there, Mayor Kimiyoshi. Hello, Oishi. What brings you here today? I need to have a talk with the 2 of you right now. May I? Oh, and it can be in private, please. Huh? What do you need from us? Well, you're on government property here. Obstructing it for any given reason is prohibited. I was really taken aback. I thought we were just getting started, but Oishi, and by that I mean the police are telling me to break up the crowd. What do you mean? The government isn't going to listen to the voice of its citizens. Look, we're not doing anything wrong. We're here to ask them to help Satoko. Why is that such a bad thing? Actually, I don't know how what the laws against protesting is in Japan. I really don't. Like in America, it's freedom of speech, right? But I don't know Japan laws. You're protesting here without permission for one. Also, there's a policy at the center which allows the caretaker of the building to dismiss any client when he feels they're disrupting their service. The caretaker? Who's that? Well, that would be the head of the office here. What a cheap trick. He won't even let us speak our minds? Where are we supposed to protest then? If we have to get it off the property, can we do it across the road? If you want to use public roads, you have to get permission from the public safety department first. You have to contact them through the police. In other words, you have no choice but to disband for today. My bar. It seems they really do hate you. This is ridiculous. I don't believe this. We have so many people here in support of Satoko, and you're saying we can't even talk to them? My friends soon came all running over, where she explained the situation to them, and they reacted the same way I did. No way! That's horrible! No matter what we say to them, all they do is jot down the amount of people in the group. That's why we brought lots of people here today. But they do have the right to refuse us. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to either listen to the police or disregard what they say entirely. The damn conflict's been over for a while. I don't want to play that game anymore. Damn it! What are we gonna do then? Do we just have to leave? Come back later? The same thing will happen when we do. They'll just call the police again. The head of the center has no intention of letting us in there ever again. We must have really upset him. So what are we gonna do now? We'll just have to be patient. If we can't protest on the property, we'll have to do it from across the road. Seeing that every day will put a lot of pressure on them. This is going to take way too long. The government is like the Yakuza. It'll get more complicated if we keep making them mad. So even the Onigafuchi Guardians can't do anything against this? How pathetic! Can't you do something about this, Uncle? Shion, in a battle like this, you have to be patient. They're refusing us so blatantly, just like the construction office did in the dam conflict. So we'll just have to surround them and dig in for a prolonged fight. But it's not going to work. There are so many people here. I was supposed to end this today. Satoko didn't come to school again. Her uncle called and claimed that her cold had resurfaced. He promised she'd be back on Monday. But hearing that wasn't a relief. Today's Saturday. There are 2 more days until then. Nothing is guaranteed for Satoko. In the world I imagined, it was too late to save Satoko by the day before Minagoroshi, that's today. The Satoko in real life hasn't gotten to that point yet. But nothing guarantees that she'll still be fine in just 2 days. I don't know if she'll be able to sane the next time we see her. So this is going to be a stalemate? Do we really have to wait until they make their final decision? No, Keiichi! We have no time to waste for Satoko! I just know that something bad is gonna happen! We got help from this many people, yet we can't even go inside the building. Rika said that with tears in her eyes. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I told Rika I could defeat anything if I put my mind to it. I don't want to give up. Even a few days ago, we never imagined we'd get this many supporters. We got approval from the town council, even Mion's grandma. What else am I supposed to do? What can we do to make our wish come true? Is there something we haven't done yet? Son of a bitch. Rika, you don't have to look so sad. Meep. We're doing everything we can. You believe that, right? Yeah, I believe we did everything we can do. Then we just have to wait for the wind to come. We just have to wait. I'm sure a strong wind is on its way. When is that? Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it! Sorry, that was a little loud. Satoko was sleeping like the dead. If he didn't send her to school, that annoying teacher might come to harass him again. He really wanted her to go to school today. However, no matter how much he forced her to wake up, she collapsed and went back to sleep. He touched her forehead and realized she had a high fever. If he sent her to school like that, they might say something about it. He had no choice but to call the school and tell them she's sick again. She asked him many questions, but Teppei told her she really was sick this time. 1 hour later, he realized he had said something he shouldn't have to the teacher. Even since he took Satoko in, there had been nothing but trouble. The teacher came to visit him the day after. He received calls every so often, too. They were all from the child center. Every single one of them told him to put Satoko on the phone. Teppei was still certain that Satoko wouldn't give him up because of her fear that he'd destroy Satoshi's room if he did. However, he wasn't sure how long she'd keep her silence. In short, Teppei had no idea whether or not Satoko would continue to do as she was told. The only thing he knew for absolute certain was that he couldn't control her with fear alone. He could frighten her with a look, but that fear wouldn't last for a very long time. He wanted to leave this house before Satoko got him into trouble. But in order to do that, he needed to find the bank book as soon as possible. Satoko was sleeping like an abandoned kitten inside a wrinkled blanket. She was sweating heavily and breathing deeply. Both were signs of a very high fever. Teppei wasn't concerned in the least, of course, and she's probably off her meds as well. Instead, he felt that this was his chance. In that state, she wouldn't notice it if he went in Satoshi's room. He promised her he wouldn't mess around there as long as she stayed obedient to him. In reality, he went inside Satoshi's room while Satoko was at school, but he was very careful about putting everything back into place. However, by this point, he'd had enough. He was anxious to leave as soon as he could. Even Teppei could tell that Satoko's fever wasn't from cold, but from emotional distress. If she got even sicker, it could cause more trouble for him. He slowly crept up the stairs, heading for Satoshi's room. He tried to open the door slowly, but it was stuck on something. He assumed he'd just hit the furniture with the door, but in the next moment, crash! He heard the loud noise of falling metal. Something had been stuck behind the door, and he knocked over something on the bookshelf. Teppei clicked his tongue. He had been planning to sneak into Satoshi's room while Satoko was asleep. And shortly after that, he heard Satoko running up the stairs. She wasn't running just because she heard a noise. She was running because she heard a noise from Satoshi's room, and that meant Teppei was trying to get inside. Stop! Stop! Don't go inside Nini's room! I was just gonna look around for a minute. No damn luck. All I need is some cash. I know there's a bank book inside his room. I know that you hid it in there. Be a good girl and tell me where it is. I don't know anything about a bank book. It's not inside Nini's room. Don't mess around in there. Leave it alone until he comes home. Nini. Shut the fuck up! Satoko let out a dull cry as she went rolling across the floor. Satoko's screams echoed across the room. Hitting her would leave a mark, and then the child consultation would harass him, and maybe even more than that. As a man of violence, it was already stressful enough to be warned not to hit her. But once he hit her on impulse like he just did, his restraint was all gone. Satoko was crying and holding her left cheek. She might have suffered a cut on the inside of it when he punched her. She had a bloody drool trickling out of the corner of her mouth. Fucking hell, that did it! The center's gonna be back here next week. I'm gonna be in real shit if it's still swollen by then. Fucking goddamn it! This is more trouble than it's worth. Quit with the Nini already. Are you supposed to be a broken record or something? Can't get it, little bitch! Whoa. Teppei kicked her and she curled up on the floor. Ever since Rina had abandoned him, nothing good had happened at all. All we got was a whiny little girl. All she can do is cook and clean. Other than that, she acts scared all the time. So when Satoko started crying like an infant, Teppei also lost his mind. I said, shut up. Didn't you hear me? Who are you whining to? Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Oishi, will you please leave us alone for today? Satoko is in danger as we speak. Hey now, if you touch me, I can arrest you for obstructing the law. Damn it. Stop it, Kay. He's just trying to piss you off. Hey, old man. You won't live long with that kind of attitude. Oh, now I'm scared. If you keep on talking to me like that, I'll arrest you for threatening an officer. Calm down, Kichi. He's on our side. What? What are you saying, Reina? Can't you see? He's being nice to you right now. He's saying these things because he's a policeman, but I think he's still on your side. If he really wanted to make us leave, he wouldn't be talking to us like this. He'd simply use force. But he's still blocking our way right now. How can he be on our side? Oishi, you got a call from the cruiser and from the chief? Oh, thanks. I gotta go for now. Start vacating the area, please. If you take another step forward, I'll take it as a declaration of war. Got it memorized? God damn it! Hello, Oishi here, reading you loud and clear. Oishi, how's the situation there? It's fine. Everyone's being perfectly reasonable. There are quite a few people here, though, so it's taking time to break them up. Really? We're still getting calls from the center. They're wondering when you can get them out of there. They'll leave soon. I've already spoken to the leader. It's taken time for him to explain it to his people. If they call again, tell him to wait for a little bit. I heard the Onigufuchi Guardians are back in action. But it seems like it's not getting too messy this time. The damn conflict's been over for a long time. Just give them a little bit to pack up and leave. Oishi, how could you lie to him like that? You haven't made any progress in persuading the leader yet. Ha ha ha! Now, was that really a lie? The chief warned us that this could turn into a riot. I think we should call for help and shut this down before anything happens. Kuma-chan, don't be mean. Excuse me? He got this many people in order to help his friend. That's no small feat, you know? The whole village is here, and that means he persuaded Odio Sonozaki. It wouldn't be easy for a young boy like him to persuade the Empress. You think Odio Sonozaki's backing this crowd? The girl they're trying to help is the Satoko Hojo, the daughter of the damn supporters. It's hard to believe the villagers would be trying to save her. There was a thick wall between them and the Hojo family, but he broke that wall down in just a few days. Actually, I have been following his progress up to this point. I saw him at the Minagoroshi planning meeting. He's a damn courageous boy. The elders screamed, yelled at him, but he wasn't scared at all. He magnificently brought him over to his side. After that, they told him they'd support him if they could also persuade Odio. Since he's here today, he apparently also succeeded at that. He's gonna be someone big one day. You should probably get close to him while you still can. I knew it. You were taking it easy today. You're normally very direct, so I was surprised when you started negotiating with him. I want to see my boy earn a little credit today. Oishi said something that he shouldn't say as a policeman. Kumagai had to struggle to understand what he meant. Giving Oishi a thin smile, he asked him a question. Do you want to leave without disbanding them? Nah, we don't need to treat them special. You don't know anything about the Onigufuchi Guardians. You and my boy both. They're not as weak as you think. You'll see. You want to wait and see what they do, huh? As usual, we're doing a thankless job. I want to see Aksaka! He said he was going to be there for the Wada Nagashi, so... Want a cigarette? Kumagai accepted the offer, taking a cigarette from Oishi's hand. In the next moment, 2 black vehicles stopped short in front of the building. Is she making an appearance? Their brakes screaming under the stress. There they come. Look closely, Kuma. Several men, wearing well-tailored suits, emerged from the vehicles. Some of them looked like muscle-head gangsters, and some of them more resembled intelligent businessmen. Is it our Kasai? Here. Here! And what looked like a whole circle of Yakuza leaders arrived after him. Is Keiichi my bar present? Where is he? I'm Keiichi. How may I help you? Don't worry, we're on your side. Who are you exactly? Oh, hey, Uncle. Why are you here? I can't believe he actually showed up. Shion and Neon's surprised reaction made me feel nervous. I get my New York accent. Oh. Will be safe. And Keiichi, you're the leader here. There's no need to hesitate. Let's go. The group of men clapped me on the shoulders. I can't go. The police are here. All right, stop right there, boys. I'm Oishi from the Okonomiya PD. Good afternoon. Where you all headed? Who do you think you are? Why was that a pirate? That was like a pirate action. How can you stop law-abiding citizens from conducting a protest? Well, Sonozaki-sensei, we're here because the center called us here. Sonozaki-sensei? Is he a teacher? Wait, no, I don't have time to joke. This man in a hakama must be the Sonozaki family representative of the prefectural assembly. I heard he's a really scary guy when he raises his voice, just like Neon's grandma. I'm trying to get my gangster voice. Well, somewhere that scream. Shut up! Get away, you damn pig! There it is. Who gave you orders to get in their way? Ha ha! The chief of police ordered us here. I can't disobey him, you know. The Okonomiya police chief? He's gonna hear some real complaints from me later. Tell him to be ready. Oh, that's not right. But it's okay, whatever. He probably won't be here for long. Oishi's partner was doing his best not to laugh. Alright, I'll relay that message to him. Anyway, there are rules in this city. Like how the caretaker of a building can order people to vacate their property. If he thinks they can cause trouble for his business. As Oishi explained in some strange, half-troubled and half-delighted manner, one of the intelligent-looking guys started talking instead of the representative Sonozaki. Hello, I'm the attorney Sonozaki from the Sonozaki Law Consulting Office. I went over the laws that apply to Child Consultation Center. Their claim is unjust and it could be considered an abuse of their official authority. Here is a copy of the regulations. Furthermore, Keiichi Maipa is the appointed leader of the Hinamizawa Unified Council. This is the power of attorney issued by the council. The Hinamizawa Unified Council is a good Samaritan organization of citizens formed under the observation of the Shishiboni local government section. That makes him a proper representative of the organization, and he went through the proper channels. Rejecting his appeal is clear abuse of authority, and violates the municipal public servant regulations. Therefore, the order made by the head of the consultation center is unlawful, and if the police continue to interfere with this movement, then... Okay, I understand. My apologies. Well then, you carry on, everyone. Well, that's what you should have said from the beginning. Let's go, Keiichi. Wait, you might be disrupting their business as everyone goes inside. Don't worry. Only the representatives are going. Is even that going to interrupt their business? With 4 couches in the visitors' room, I assume they can easily hold 10 people in there. I guess you know better. Please go on ahead then. My bar, let's go. Nobody's gonna stop us now. Oh, yes, sir. Reina, Mion, Shion, Rika. We're going in. Is this all part of Ohiro's plan? Probably. I didn't think she'd talk to these guys, too. No matter how you look at it, it's the Sonozaki family giving us the most support. I wonder what made the hag change her mind. I'm not surprised at all. I always believed Mii's grandma would help us. Really? I said some nasty things last her tonight, but right now I could kiss her. Alright, everyone. We're going inside. Yeah! The crowd cheers. The main event is about to begin. My butt! Alright. Please save Hojo. Help rescue Satoko! Hey, my butt! Good luck! This is your show. We wish you luck. Angel Mort, Grenadiers, secure the path of retreat. Support the charge. Okay, show us what you got. I will. I'm going to get them. My bar, we'll wait for you here. We look forward to hearing the good news. Yes, bring us good news. I'll be waiting for you too. I put my fist in the air in response to their high expectations. We entered the center, backed by the power of the Sonozaki family. Finally made it. It was cool inside the building, unlike the outside world. I could still hear the crowd, but at a lower volume. It was loud enough to hear their cheers. The staff in the building must have known who we were. They tried to concentrate on their work as if they didn't see us. Hello, sir. How may I help you today? I'm Maibara Keiichi. I don't know why sometimes they do it the way that Japanese names are actually written, and sometimes they do it in the English way. It bugs me. Here if you guys are unaware, Japanese names are flipped. So Maibara is his last name, clearly, and Keiichi is his first name, right? And Hojo is her last name, and Satoko is her first name. So here, in this one sentence, they don't follow whatever they're choosing. They have the Japanese way and they have the English way right here, like in the same sentence. It really bothers me. So that's why I usually just use their first names. I'm here to request that Satoko be put under protection immediately. Just go get the person in charge here. A representative of the Hinamizawa Council is here to see him. He's unable to see you at this time. I will take a message for him. Hello. I'm a lawyer for the Sonozaki Law Consultancy Office. For the purpose of in the future, I will be recording our conversation from this point forward. We would like to be treated responsibly by the center. I will try and see if he's available. Please wait for a moment. Hariyama-kun, it's been a while. Representative Sonozaki, how have you been? Well, I'm here today as... I have to get the voice in my head. You punk. I'm here today as a member of the Hinamizawa Town Council. May I see the head of the office, please? That's wrong. Of course. Hey, you take them to the reception area inside the boss's room and serve them tea. I guess the power of a representative can really get the public officials moving. I heard that there are both prefectural and municipal representatives in the Sonozaki family. We have the power of both of them today. And that means we have nothing to fear. For those of you that are curious, I literally picture the voices in my head, and I usually base them off certain characters. For example, my Southern Belle voice, I think of the Lottie from Princess and the Frog, if you know who that is in that movie. And I get the image in my head, and that's how I get, like, the accents and stuff. So, right now I'm trying to think of, like, Adelaide from Guys and Dolls. For that real gangstery voice, you know? Like that New Yorker kind of gangstery voice, yeah. But it's hard when I'm flopping through so many different accents and so many different voices, and it's easier when I've been doing a character for a while, like the main cast. I have their voices aren't heard at all to switch back and forth between. But when like random characters pop up and I'm like, oh wait, give me a second to think. Okay. We're inside his office, but the head of the office wants him to be found. I'm sure he's somewhere in this building. All the exits are blocked. There's no way he could escape from us. He'd better not be thinking that he can hide from us all day. I love that image. Just he's like hiding behind the counter. The head of the office, in fact, was peeping out through the blinds of the meeting room on the second floor. He was shaking in fear. Why are they inside the building? What are the police doing? Well, actually, both the prefectural and municipal Sonozaki representatives are here. They have lawyers with them, too. They're asking for an answer, but only management has the authority to respond. Alright, I got it. Today's Saturday. It's nearly 3, right? I'll just stay here until then. Have them leave after we close. Meanwhile, I'll talk with the municipal manager about what to do next. I thought he told you to concede. He said something about a town council. I was expecting a bunch of neighborly old men. I never thought I'd see representatives and lawyers and Yakuza. Who would have thought there'd be 200 people out there? Well, that's Namizawa. Anyways, the office is closing in 10 minutes. I'm sure they'll threaten me if I meet with them. But I'm not going to concede. That's my duty as a civil servant. It's also your duty to protect a child who's being abused, asshole. I've been working for the government for 40 years, and I'm not ashamed to boast about that. I will never compromise just because some gangster threatens me. In the next moment, the phone in the conference room rang loudly. The head of the office nearly jumped out of his skin. Scared even of the phone, he told the manager to tell whoever it was that he wasn't there. Hello, Mrs. Hariyama. Oh, thank you. I'll let him know. Sir, it's the municipal calling. Hello? I'm in deep trouble. There are about 200 people surrounding this center right now. They even have representatives on their side. What do I do? I didn't tell you this would happen. But it's your job as a municipal government to control trouble within the town councils. Do something about this. It's your sworn duty to take care of this. That's not our job. Our job is to support the growth of the local communities of the region, and I don't care. Can't you do something about this? At this point, you have no choice but to accept their requests. I think you should stop being so stubborn. A government is there for its citizens. Isn't that right? Can't you just peacefully accept their appeal? You're an official too, aren't you? You know what the sad thing is? Is that I hear so many stories about, like, abuse and stuff, being exactly like this, you know? And I'm not gonna say it's easy, but whenever this chapter comes up, the thing that I think of is Erased. If you guys have seen the anime Erased. In that anime, the girl who goes missing, or the girl who gets murdered is being abused by her mother. And, the main character kind of does the same thing. Like, he tries to, like, call the authorities, but they don't do anything, and so he basically kidnaps her instead, and hides her out in, like, a bus. But, yeah, it's kind of sad, and it's... Yeah. How dare you take the side of the town council? I'm not going to concede. I'm going to follow regulations. A civil servant's duty is to conduct business impartially. I've never broken that rule in my entire career. I passed the administrator's exam because I always follow the rules. Well, it's your decision. We'll do our best to help, but I told you, didn't I? I know I did. I know I told you not to get them upset. Fine. Then I won't ask for your help anymore. I'm hanging up. Sir, even if you manage to get away from them today, they'll come back on Monday. What are you going to do then? I'm sure the mayor knows about this by now. This will definitely come up at the weekly meeting. I haven't done anything that would upset the mayor. No matter what he says to me, that's what I'll tell him. The phone rang once again, and again. The head of the office trembled in fear. The manager had to reluctantly pick up the phone. Yes? Can you transfer it here? Yes, this is the right office. One moment, please. Sir, you have a call from City Hall? City Hall? Not the municipal offices. Who is it now? It's the mayor. Yes, that's right. The members of the town council in Hinamizawa. Yes, I understand. Please listen to what I have to say. Now, that's not true. It's important to be impartial and unbiased, but you must act according to occasion. I don't know why his voice is so weird. Ah, yes. Please do so. After you're done, please come to the mayor's office and give me your report. I expect you by 6 p.m. Thank you very much. I love that voice. The man spoke with a gentle demeanor, but in a tone that didn't allow objection. Then the elderly man in a double suit set the receiver down. Thank you for that. Oreo was sitting on the couch in the reception area. Akane was with her, too. Not a problem. It's been a while since you visited City Hall. I was surprised to see you here today. Sorry. Sorry for the surprise. If I'm gonna ask someone a favor, I want to see them in person. Thank you, really. It's no problem at all. I should have taught them better. Maintaining a good relationship between municipal government and town council is vital. So he says. However, the mayor couldn't believe that Empress Sonozaki came all this way just to save one little girl. It's a huge deal when Oryo Sonozaki comes to his office. It's also unusual for her to do things indirectly to begin with. Rather than leading the charge herself, she was having Keiichi save Satoko. The mayor understood that she was doing this, so Keiichi would get all the credit. Because of that, he was very interested in this young Keiichi. He sounds like quite the young man. I can't believe he's gone this far just to save his friend from a abusive relative. I don't know which one is worse. Or, I mean, better. Him murdering someone for her? Or this. Something honestly harder. I know! He's one of a kind. I'm not worried of the future of Hinamizawa as long as someone like him is around. I can die peacefully now. Please, Mother, don't joke around like that. It's worth living this long if I was able to meet someone like him. Take care of that, KT boy, if something happens again. You've grown so fond of him. Are you still mad at me for not having any boys? It was now 3 p.m. and I heard the announcement the center was closing. The head of the office finally showed up in the room. He seemed like a totally different person. When I first met him, he had a cold attitude and responded to questions with blunt answers. But now he was much nicer and agreed with everything we said. I guess the power we held must have intimidated him. If I was alone, I would have never gotten him to listen to me. It's thanks to everyone's support that I'm able to talk to him now. I understand. I'm very sorry for all the confusion. We will take action immediately. Manager, please call Hojo's house right now. Is this the same time that Satoko got hit? Or is it happening at the same time? I wasn't really clear about that. Yes, sir! Satoko, finally! You're finally free! What if she still refuses to go, though? I guess maybe if... Oh, okay, it is the same time. Okay. Teppei stopped kicking her as he heard the phone ring. He could ignore the call, but if it was someone from the center, they might become suspicious of him. He'd hurt Satoko enough to leave bruises. He couldn't let them visit. So he had no choice but to deal with them over the phone. Enough for now. You better remember where you hid the bank book by the time I come back. All Satoko could do was curl up and cry. Yeah, who is it? Good afternoon. This is Shishibone Child Consultation Center. Again? You guys have nothing better to do? Why don't you stop calling me and work on your other cases? You're getting paid with the taxes I pay you know? We're very sorry to interrupt you. One of our social workers will be visiting your home shortly. May I get permission for them to enter the premises, please? No way! We're cleaning the whole house right now. We can't have any visitors today. Come back another time. The consultation center wouldn't give up. Teppei wanted to hang up the phone, but if he did, he knew they'd show up for sure. I was told that Satoko didn't come home today. Didn't come to school today. She's home, isn't she? If she's really sick, she should be resting at home, I expect. There's something quite urgent I need to ask her. What the hell do you need from her? I'm your guardian. I'll answer you instead. Are you refusing to put Satoko on the phone? I'm not refusing. I'm just saying that I'll answer your questions in her place. I don't know why his voice changed a little bit. Can't you see what I'm saying? What's your name, anyway? I'm asking you one more time. May I speak with Satoko, please? Damn it. He thought dealing with the government officials was a bit like playing whack-a-mole. If you hit them hard enough, they won't show up for a while. But today, whoever was on the phone seemed so provocative and self-assured. Teppei sensed that they'd definitely come to the house if he didn't put Satoko on. And, if they sounded like that over the phone, if they came to the house, they might bring more than just a couple of people. For all Teppei knew, they might even bring a police officer. If they did, he couldn't turn them away at the entrance. He knew all too well how scary police officers could be. Look, wait a minute. I'll go wake her up. Give me some time. He covered the phone with his hand and spoke to Satoko downstairs. Oh, Satoko! The child center wants to ask you something. Can you come to the phone, please? Even though he had just been beating her, Teppei was addressing Satoko in a sweet, phony voice. It would disturb people to hear him talk like that. Satoko knew his sweet voice was the scariest tone of voice he had. She couldn't refuse after hearing him talk like that, so she obeyed and went upstairs. Teppei grabbed Satoko's shoulders with all his might and whispered in her ear. No matter what happens, we're A happy family, right? Don't you dare forget that. All right? Yes. Remember, if you upset me, I'll destroy Satoshi's room. If you behave well, I promise you I'll never enter his room again. Is that a deal? Huh? Huh? He squeezed her shoulders even tighter. Satoko contorted her face in pain. We're making up now, right? Hmm? Yes. We're a happy family. Teppei gave the phone to Satoko as soon as she nodded. He stood behind her, continuing to grip his shoulders tight. It was like a raptor gripping its prey with sharp talons. Satoko, this is Hariyama speaking from the center. How's everything going so far? Are you having any problems with Teppei? Oh. However, he squeezed Satoko's shoulders harder and urged her to say something, because her silence could be interpreted as a negative answer. Yes. Everything's working out between my uncle and I. You don't have any problems with him? Sure, go ahead. Hello? Satoko? It's me, Keiichi. Are you okay? Yeah. It's safe here. Satoko, we're gonna come save you. If you admit you need help, the center will put you under their protection immediately. It's not just the center. The mayor of Shishibone City is supporting us too. Crazy, isn't it? It's all thanks to the Sonozaki family. Mion's grandma's doing this all for you. Satoko always felt bitter towards the Sonozaki family because they were the ones that often talked about her behind her back. She hated Oryo most of all. It didn't make sense to her that Oryo would do anything to help her. I know you went through a lot of hard times after the dam conflict. I didn't notice it, but you were being treated coldly for a long time. But I took care of all those people for you. No one will ever treat you badly in Hinamizawa again. I wish I could show you all the people that have gathered here. Everyone from Hinamizawa is here to save you. They're even skipping the preparation for tomorrow's festival. Huh? Oh, sure. I have a message from the Sonozaki family. Mion's grandma said to say hello. She's sorry about how she treated you. She wants you to come visit her house sometime. You hear that? She's on your side. She went to see the mayor in person just for you. But you know, the same goes for us too. We've been coming to this center every day since you were taken away. Everyone has been supporting us, all for your sake. Now we have the whole village on our side. Hang on, Rika wants to talk to you. Satoko? It's Rika. Rika? Keiichi brought it all to an end for you. The people in Hinamizawa aren't going to be mean to you anymore. So no one will ignore you when we go shopping together. They won't treat you differently from me anymore. No one will treat you coldly anymore. Satoko wasn't sure if she should feel happy or sad that Rika noticed how badly the villagers were treating her. All she could do was let out a bitter laugh. I can't believe that. Indeed, I can't believe it either. Rika? Satoko was surprised. She was surprised to hear Rika's voice sound so mature over the phone. She almost sounded like a different person. When you were taken away by your uncle, I thought it was an unchangeable fate. I gave up, thinking there was nothing but a dead end ahead of us. I'm sure you felt that way too. But I found out there's no such thing as fate. There's no dead end ahead of us. Keiichi broke that wall down and smashed it into 1,000,000 pieces. Satoko, don't give in to misfortune anymore. We're almost there. All you need to do is nod your head. But I have to get stronger. That's because of how much you suffered. You're trying to overcome that. You felt guilty towards Satoshi because you hid behind his back when you were abused by your aunt. I know you're trying to take Teppei's abuse as a form of self-punishment,
I understand you're trying to get stronger as an apology toward your brother. I can respect that courage, and it shows how much you've grown. Satoshi would be so proud of you if he was here right now. He would pat your head. He would pat it so gently. Nini. Did you really believe what I just said? That's not good, Satoko. You're nowhere near as strong as Satoshi. Not at all.
Rika's words were suddenly toned with malice. I didn't know that. Penetrating Satoko's heart the moment she thought she was saved.
You think that taking this abuse will make you stronger? But is it really that different from last year? You're just waiting here for Satoshi to come home. You're waiting for him to come back and save you again. You don't even know what kind of strength Satoshi held with him. Satoshi didn't just cry and quake in fear like you're doing. He fought. He fought his horrible aunt. He fought in order to save you. Remember? The sight of Satoshi standing up to your aunt, the one you cried in terror from with his arms spread wide to protect you? Satoshi was just as scared as Satoko was. All she ever seen was her brother's back. She had no idea what kind of expression he was wearing on his face. He didn't want to stand in front of his furious aunt, but he had no choice if he wanted to protect his sister. Satoko never once saw how scared he was, and she never once saw how courageous he was in spite of that. Satoshi fought. He didn't just take the violence that was dealt to him. He fought it and struggled against it. I was no different from you once. I stopped fighting because I gave up. I stopped struggling against it. I chose to accept fate and quietly endure my pain. I thought it was a waste of time to seek help, just like you. I was waiting for someone to come along who would change my circumstances. And I've decided to fight. That's why I'm on the phone with you now. I'm going to change this fate on my own. I'm going to persuade you to nod your head. Satoko. He's right behind you, isn't he? Yes. He's here. Look at his face now. See how evil and scary he looks. Realize how brave Satoshi was to fight against that furious face. If you want to give something back to Satoshi, don't just take his abuse without seeking help. You have to do what Satoshi did for you. Can't you recognize that?
Satoko slowly looked back at her uncle, though she was afraid to do so. He was wearing an unpleasantly broad grin while gripping her shoulders tightly. Ultimately, it wasn't really even about dealing with her aunt or uncle. It was about dealing with her fear. Satoshi faced his fear. He could have chosen to run from it, or sit it and take it, but he fought for his little sister instead. He fought that fear and didn't falter. And what was Satoko doing? She believed that the violence she was suffering was the punishment she deserved. However, Rika wasn't wrong. Satoko wasn't trying to gain strength at all. She was only shutting herself out from until someone came to save her. She wasn't doing anything on her own. She was only waiting for someone else to do something about it. Satoshi faced it. He faced this fear. That was his strength. Are you scared? Are your teeth chattering? Are you feeling shivers run down your spine? That's exactly how Satoshi felt when he tried to protect you. You have to understand. Do you know what Satoshi wanted from you? Do you know what he was trying to show you? If you don't know, Satoshi will never come back to you. What's the deal? What's taking so long?
Satoko was consumed by fear. Her teeth were chattering. She felt shivers run down her spine. And that was what Satoshi felt every time she cried. Show us your strength, Satoko! Show Satoshi how much you've grown up over the past year. Show Satoshi you're as brave as he is. Rika, but Even as she asked for help that very minute, Tepe wasn't just going to disappear. When she asked for help, she'd need to survive until someone physically came to the house to rescue her. Satoko ached all over her body. Her wounds were pulsing along with her heartbeat. It wasn't as easy as Rika made it sound. One nod wasn't going to solve everything at once. They had no idea how hard it was for her to nod. What did her Nini look like when he protected her? She couldn't remember his face, but she remembered the strength in his words. And she may have even heard a little bit of fear in his voice. But even so, he fought. He faced his fears and fought for her sake. Satoko was scared, just like Rika said. Her teeth were chattering. She felt shivers run down her spine. But she had to face him. She had to challenge him, to fight him, and break the cycle. Satoko, I'm going to give the phone to an employee at the center. Tell them with your own words. Yes. Show me that courage.
Hello again. It's Hariyama from the center. Please allow me to ask you one more time, are there any problems between you and your uncle?
Satoko looked at Teppei again as she listened to the question. Looked straight into the face of terror. All she ever did was hide behind Satoshi's back. Show me the courage. It was only Rika. Her Nini was watching her too. Me? Excuse me? Could you please repeat that? Help me! The moment the words left her mouth, Teppei clocked his knees upside her head with every bit of strength he had in him. Satoko rolled down the hallway, still clutching the telephone receiver.
Satoko, you finally betrayed me, huh?
You! Get out of my house! This house belongs to my Nini and me! This house belongs to my family! I hate you! Get out of here!
You little bitch!
Satoko wasn't going to take a beating any longer. Instead, she spread her eyes wide and jumped onto her uncle. Of course, it wasn't going to hurt him at all. Satoko was as weak as a newborn puppy to him. That was, however, the best attack she had at her disposal. Satoko was fighting for the first time in her life. She decided to stop waiting for somebody to save her. In the end, Satoko was the only one who could save herself. Enduring her uncle's violence had meant nothing after all. She had thought she'd learned something from her Nini, but she had been mistaken this whole time.
What's with that look in your eyes, huh? I'm gonna push your front teeth in.
But just as Teppei raised his fist, someone loudly hammered on the front door.
Teppei Hojo, open up! This is the police!
Teppei couldn't help but jump in surprise. It had barely been a minute since Satoko had asked for help over the phone.
Open up this door! If you don't, we're going to break it down!
How did it turn out? How's Satoko? Satoko asked for help! The Child Center is going to take action now! But she's still in danger. Teppei might kill her for betraying him. We had heard a violent noise right after she asked for help. In other words, Satoko had been brave enough to do that in front of her uncle. We have to get there right away! Can someone give us a ride? Several of the villagers who came by cars started their engines. The crowd had started to realize what was going on. Damn it! We're coming!
Oh, don't worry about that, my bar. The police entered the Hojo residence not a moment ago. He wouldn't have had any time to hurt Satoko.
What? But why?
No idea. It's a mystery to me. Anyway, could you break up this crowd already? I'll be leaving for now, so excuse me. Have a good year.
Oishi must have contacted someone as soon as he heard Satoko asking for help. The police had surrounded Satoko's house ahead of time? I get it. They were suspecting him of Rina's murder. It all makes sense now.
Wait, who's Rina? Get in the car, everyone. Let's hurry back to Hinamizawa.
There were several officers combing the Hojo residence.
Satoko was sitting by the porch talking with another officer. She had some painful-looking bruises over her face.
Satoko! Are you okay?
Oh, do I look okay to you?
Ouch! She needs treatment right away.
Let's take her to the clinic. Can you walk, Satoko? Satoko nodded and stood up. It looked painful for her, but even so I felt relieved to see her better than I expected. However, the cruel bruises inflicted all over her body were all too horrible to look at. I'll never forgive that man for abusing a little girl like her. My body shivered in anger.
Aww. Screenshot. Satoko. Oh. Did you see what I did, Rika? I can act when it counts. Yes, I saw your courage. You won. You broke the bonds of fate.
Both Rika and Satoko cried and hugged each other. I soon heard another car coming. I immediately knew who it had to be. It was Oishi's police cruiser. Should have acted more quickly. I'm sorry we weren't more help. No, don't be. If not for you, he would have done even more horrible things to her. Thank you so much.
I guess you can be a nice person sometimes.
So, how's she doing? The coach is looking after her. She was injured pretty badly. Oh, Kuma? What happened to Teppei? We got him. Komiyama-san took him to the station.
So he won't come back to this house ever again?
It's not like he's going to get the death penalty or life sentence. I don't want to think about this, but he might come back someday. Yeah, well, we won't let him. I'll make sure he can never come back to this village. My oh my. The successor of the Sonozaki family saying such scary things already. You can't threaten him or anything, you know?
I'm not going to threaten him. I'm just going to advise him that he should never come back to Hinamizawa or Okonomiya. Otherwise, something terrible might happen to him.
I guess advice isn't too bad then.
So is Satoko free now? Is it over?
I don't know. I think there will be more issues to come. Once Teppei loses his parental rights, they need to find a new guardian for Satoko. Someone has to take care of her. But there's no need to worry. I'm sure the Sonozaki family is going to back her up. We'll make sure Satoko is happy.
Irie took Satoko to the clinic. He says her injuries aren't as bad as they look, though.
Really? That's good to hear.
I wonder if she can leave the clinic by tomorrow, I wonder.
I'm sure those injuries will take more than a day to heal.
That's not what she's talking about, me. Tomorrow's the Waranagashi festival. It's been a really hectic week, hasn't it? But if we all go to the festa together, I think it'll be our happy ending.
That's where the shit goes down. The real shit.
Right! It'll serve as proof we got our happy world back with our own hands.
I agree. I'm sure Satoko wants to see Kei's auction in action. 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 Ah! Almost forgot about that.
Satoko will be coming for sure.
Before I knew it, lots of people from the village had joined us. They were the same people who came to the center to support us. They wanted to know if Satoko was safe. Considering her injuries, safe might not be the right word. However, she is free from the curse of her uncle now. Her emotional scars will slowly heal. We'll be there for her as friends. It wasn't just us anymore. The whole village is going to be there for her. The ghost of the dam conflict won't haunt Satoko any longer. It was a very long week. In this 1 week, we united, we fought, We overcame, and we won. It wasn't an easy victory. However, the price we paid was more than worth it. Tomorrow's the Minagoroshi festival, the biggest festival in the village. It's a huge event where we worship the guardian of this village, Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro is a god who united two enemy peoples. The curse on the Hojo family has disappeared, and Satoko is truly going to be a part of this village. We'll all be playing at the festival together. This is a perfect, happy ending. When our ordinary days were taken from us, we all felt so powerless. But now we have everything back. What else can you call that but a miracle? No, you can't actually call it that. Miracles can be created when everyone works together. What's impossible to do alone becomes possible when everyone joins forces. With everyone's power, we are able to make impossible things happen. And that's only a natural outcome of everyone doing their best. So it's not a miracle. In other words, it was inevitable. The old legends in this village tell us that Oyashiro-sama made it possible for humans and demons to live together. I'm not sure what this story really means, but I'm sure that Oyashiro-sama made something impossible happen. We can be proud of what we did, and I'm sure Oyashiro-sama is proud too. Hey, Maibara! We did it! You pulled it off! It was worth showing up every day! My supporters cheered me on. They were all glad Satoko was finally safe. The sense of accomplishment at saving Satoko finally hit us, and we hugged each other, sharing praises for our struggle. I wonder if Rika's... I feel like we just got through the easy hurdle, to be perfectly honest. The more she got hurt, the more her heart became timid. The deeper her sadness became, the less she could enjoy happiness. I read that really fast because usually these things disappear. Oh, the same time the same world had repeated 1,000 times. The girl who had forgotten how to smile locked her heart away and isolated herself. When she noticed the light coming in through the gap, she raised her head. Did Pandora's hope ever really exist? With the courage taken back, the truth of the darkness can be revealed. The future she had given up on was now right in front of her eyes. Satoko and Rika were already there waiting for me. I mean, there's a bigger problem here. While the injuries on her face, covered with band-aids, looked painful, Satoko seemed to be full of life. It almost looked as though her wounds were playing too hard or something. So you stayed at the clinic last night? Yeah, I told him I was fine, but the coach wanted to keep an eye on me. If that's what the doctor said, you should listen to him. I see. You were scared to stay at the clinic alone, weren't you? I heard there are lots of ghosts inside hospitals.
Satoko can't sleep without me.
Can't you sleep without him?
That's because Rika-chan is the only one who can give her comfort.
No sooner had Shion finished that sentence than a bucket went flying into her face. So Satoko started chasing Shion in circles like they were playing tag. I really miss this rambunctious fun. I thought I'd never see this again! I felt the same, but we got it back. We did this.
I think you did the most. It was your idea to go to the center, And you were the one who asked everyone for their support.
I agree. I think Kei contributed the most. Most people in Hinamizawa know who Keiichi Maibara is by now.
Is Keiichi gonna be popular now? Is he?
I bet he'll be incredibly popular. Popular among old ladies, that is. Oh, I really envy him. I'd be fine if I could divide their ages by 3. Many people were wearing yukatas. It was still June, but it felt more like it was the middle of summer. Once we finished climbing the stairs, we could see the festival and the crowd enjoying it. The Furude Shrine was packed with people, leaving the grounds looking nothing like their usual quiet self. Lanterns of various colors were hung about, and people were swarming the various festival booths, giving the whole place an unorganized yet pleasant atmosphere. I actually hate those candied apples. They're really disgusting. Oh, squid. And they also have this, like, butter potato. I don't see a stall here for butter potato, but they usually have it. It's just literally a potato with butter in it. That's ice over there, or shaved ice over there. Yakimori-koshi, I don't know what that is. What a crowd! I had no idea there was this many people in Hinamizawa.
Everyone comes to this festival.
I think at least half the population of the village is here. There's more than just them. The neighboring town councils and youth are invited too. I see. We only have a few students in our school. That explains why there's so many kids around today. Hearing that happy cheer of children is the best part of the festival. She's right. Aksaka! I'm in agreement there. There were lots of booths around too. They're by far the best part of the festival. Oh. Booth selling takoyabi, yakisoba, shaved ice, apricot candy, sasembe, chocolate bananas. There was a yo-yo game, a goldfish game, a shooting gallery, countless booths here. Those booth runners came from all in the city. You can't call it a festival without festival booths. So we're going to have a battle in every one of them, huh? I'm not going to lose to you today.
Let's do it.
Yellow. Sorry I'm late. Am I the last one? Everyone's here now, huh? Once our club gets back together, there's no way we can just sit back and enjoy the festival. Of course not. We're doing it again this year. The Watanagashi Festival for the six of us. Will be the battle of the 6 evils.
Satoko, there's no reason to hold back this year. Let's enjoy the festival with all our might.
Ha-ha. You don't even need to mention it. I, too, declare that I will be the victor. Yeah, Satoko, you go, girl.
Let's put everything that happened for tonight behind us. Let's play with everything we've got!
Rika really needs to keep fighting. It's not over. And she knows that this is the night when they die, so she needs to be doing something.
Let's play with everything we've got. It's been a good week since we all got together.
Yeah. Tonight we're all enjoying this festival to its fullest. As we ran around frolicking, a lot of people approached Satoko. Some were concerned for her injuries, some sympathized how she had been treated, and some even insisted she could rely on them if they ever in need. I have to read these frickin' fast because yes, and all of that must have been disconcertingly fresh for Satoko, who wasn't used to it. Satoko said that all the unusual kindness was making her uncomfortable instead, but I knew she was just being shy. Right now, this is what it took for Satoko to truly feel the village had been reborn. See, it goes so freaking fast! My, hello! You all seem to be enjoying yourselves. Hi, Rika! I'm here like I promised. The festival sure has grown into a splendor. Who is this guy? You know him, Rika?
Saka's never there when I need him.
Huh? What are you talking about? Did I do something to make you upset? Haha. While you were at the hot springs with your wife, things sure got hectic around here.
Talking with some strange older guy. I wonder if he's someone she knows. I wonder.
Who is he? Who is he? Introduce him to this old man, too. When Akasaka had arrived, I believed what it took to change fate was the power of an influential individual, or so I thought. But it turned out that was a misunderstanding. Individuals don't make miracles. Everyone must come forward to make them happen. That's why when I thought I could defeat fate as long as I had Akasaka in my side, it was all in my head. Even if he had been by my side, we probably wouldn't have been able to do anything and would have only disappointed ourselves. I'm not saying Akasaka was at fault. There's no point at all. I may have considered him useless, perhaps, even if I'm rather astonished at my fall-in-loveness. Let's forget about such things tonight. It's been a couple of decades. Why not celebrate our reunion instead? See, it's so friggin' fast. Hey, my bar boy. I heard what you did. I heard about it too. I heard you fought Oreo with a sword until she finally gave in. Good on you. I didn't do that. We just had a peaceful negotiation. Still, I'm proud of you. You led everyone and actually negotiated with the center. Hey, you, I'll give you some apricot candy. How many do you want?
Wow, Keiichi! You're so popular today! I'm sure Keiichi is into old ladies, too.
I don't know what Mika's trying to say, and I don't even want to know. I know she wants to have fun, but she cannot relax. This is the night that leads to her dying. She already worked so hard to make this world better. She can't let up now.
Keiichi got a lot of attention too wherever he went. In order to save Satoko, he took the initiative, and hence his leadership abilities were now known throughout the village. Moreover, him persuading the village council and Oreo himself were now legendary tales of heroism. Everyone had understood just how much Satoko had been ostracized by the whole village, and they had also understood how unreasonable it was for it to continue long after the dam was over. So he and Kate, blah blah blah. Taboo was so refreshing. He was a glimpse of new future again with the village, and I'm so young and old. With that said, now Keiichi Mabar has become the hot topic among Hinamizawa people. Naturally, everybody wants a glimpse of Keiichi, and hence the bargain auction saw an unprecedented turnout. God, that's fucking fast. Even though he started off red-faced, once he got over his shyness, Keiichi showed his true colors, eliciting rapturous cheers from the crowd for sheer energy and momentum. The Wadagashi of Shoya of 58 of that day became home to a special fervor that had never been seen before. Now Keiichi has the admiration and recognition of the whole village. After this, I'm sure Keiichi will continue to steer the village into new adventures to come. Having such a young leader appear has made the village elders rather reassured. Bleh. Oh, that's the guy who helped us yesterday. Thank you so much for your assistance. Oh, I should have introduced him to you then. This is my uncle Saburo, who's in the prefectural assembly. This is my other uncle Ken. He's in the city council. Sorry that we were late yesterday. We got lost on our way there. No, you both were a great help. I was really impressed to see the power of elected officials. Well, we're chosen to fight in place of the citizens, yeah? Of course we're strong. We're glad Satoko's safe. Talk to us again if there's anything you need.
We'll be glad to help. They rubbed Satoko's head while they spoke. Thank you very much. Back in the main tent, having been the last of Rushin, were the many influential Senozakis. They were all folk who became indebted to yesterday, except Satoko, who everyone bowed their heads. Until just a few days ago, everyone present wanted by someone who were bad-mouthing the Hojo family if they sat down to drink. But Keiichi had broken through it all, and having reflected upon the thoughtless insensitivities, I doubt any of these people would discriminate against Satoko again. In fact, they bowed their heads, apologized for the action, and promised their assistance if anything would come into the future. You must be proud of your son. Oh no, it's really not a big deal. Hey, Keiichi! We're here too! Keiichi's parents are here! Good evening!
Nice to meet you. I'm Keiichi's Nya Rika.
Nice to meet you. My name's Satoko Hojo.
So you're Satoko. Such a poor little girl. Look at her face.
You can make use of Keiichi if anything happens again. In return, what would you think about modeling for me? Your father reminds me a bit of the coach. Sorry, that's just the kind of person he is. I really wonder if he does do hentai manga. Still, he seems very nice and fun to be around. Keiichi's parents were also at the festival. They made quite a fuss of having such a magnificent son being the parents of today's big hero. According to Keiichi, since his parents nearly left the house of being villains, there was a good chance for them to interact with the villagers. Keiichi's father had proudly volunteered to make posters for the town council if the ever need to arose. I heard from Keiichi the posters makes are so good that people steal them. I'm looking forward to see what kind of posters they are.
This is the best Minagoroshi festival I've ever had! Yes, I feel the same way. You've been around a lot longer than me. If it's your best one, then it must be mine too. Still, I think this is the most fun and exciting festival we've had since we became known as the Minagoroshi. The Minagoroshi festival only became like this a few years ago, didn't it? It used to be just a boring traditional ceremony like the Furude family held. And before that, it used to be something different, more like the things that Takano was interested in. Sorry, I'll try not to be mean to you today. Let's go have fun. The both of us. It's a special night for both you and me. I heard Hanyu whisper in disbelief that only recently there was a world where Shion tortures Satoko to death. That horrifying world, this happy ending world, it's all the same in Hinamizawa. I'm sure that the people who only know this world believe unwaveringly that Hinamizawa is destined to have a happy ending. Only Hanyu and I know, only the bystanders know, that here in Hinamizawa beyond a membrane so thin that it was even thinner than a goldfish catching net. Which is why I'm certain that if we understand better than anybody else that just how much of a blessing this world is, if Keiichi and the others came into their temple without fighting side by side, this day would never have come. If Keiichi lost his temper, he would have been committed a crime today. The same goes for Shion. She would be a criminal by today. In Reina's case, she would have already been 3 moves ahead and would have finished the burial by now. Only Mion never blew her fuse. I'm not sure whether to call it prudent or cowardly. Oops, that wasn't called for. Of course, there was actually a world where I lost it. I ended up getting killed myself. How hopeless. I mean, none of those worlds were any good. We weren't able to take back our happy world. So I'd given up hope, but nobody else had. We all united to bring about a miracle that needed to happen. A miracle happened because everyone was united. I really want to read this in my Reina voice, but I can't because it goes so frickin' fast. This might come across as I don't know how to pronounce that word, but I don't think there would have been much of a miracle if even just I had given up and denied the unity. During that last call, if I hadn't taken the phone away from Keiichi, I don't think Satoko would have sought our help. That's it. The miracle that couldn't have happened without everybody coming together. The miracle that wouldn't have been, even if one of us had given up. It's thanks to Keiichi who taught me how easy it is to break through a fate. I, who had given up from the outset. If everything is fate and there's a meaning to Keiichi's existence, then just what is it trying to tell me? I already knew the meaning of resisting fate and the means to fight it. Never again will I give in to fate, not once more. The mirror opposite of what Hanyu told me, not to hold expectations for anything. Even Hanyu must be the cause of some sort of miracle. She just believed without giving up. Or so I tried telling her, but she's stubborn at the oddest of times, and evading me with a simple ow ow.
So thank you guys so much for watching today. That was an actually amazing chapter. I absolutely loved it. I'm terrified of what's going to come next, and I hate seeing Rika just sitting on her toes like this and not doing anything because she knows what's going to happen. But once again, I'm very curious because there's only like 2 chapters left, so like I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go down. I feel like this is the last world and it's not going to get reset, but and there's so much that we still need to cover, especially with Takano and the murders and everything, which always happens after the Minagoroshi. That's when everything usually goes up shit creek, you know? So I think it might be split into 2, but there's still 2 more chapters left, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, so we're gonna leave it there for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, click that like button, and I will see you later. Adieu.